Citing the encouragement from the president, Ohio Congressman Jim Renacci announced Thursday that he would be jumping out of the Republican governor's race and into Ohio's U.S. Senate primary, tweeting this: "When President Trump asks you to run, you do it. That's why I'm proud to announce that I am running for the United States Senate. I'm ready to fight for the Trump agenda and get things done in the Senate." Hashtag MAGA, Make America Great Again. Ohio Republican Congressman Jim Renacci joins us right now. Congressman, so the president calls you up, you go down there, and what do you say?
Well, good morning, Brian. Look, it's funny how a week has gone, because last week, as you said, I was running in the governor's race, and I said the only way that I would jump is if I did get a call from the White House, and the White House did call on Tuesday. I was there on Wednesday, and look, they asked me to jump into this race. I've been a supporter of the president's agenda. I supported the president during the Ohio primary, which, as you know, was a difficult situation back then, knowing that Governor Kasich was running as well. And the president knows that I've supported his agenda from then all the way through to today. And they basically asked me to get in the race, and this president wants to help me with this race. And it's been a whirlwind 48 hours, that's for sure.
And, you know, the guy you're running against, people thought might be running for president next time around in Sherrod Brown. How do you compare yourself to him?
Well, we're opposites. Look, Brian, I was a businessman for 30 years. I went to Washington, very similar to what the president did. I was fed up with Washington. My car dealership was taken away from me. I had multiple businesses. I jumped into the race and became a U.S. congressman. Sherrod Brown is total opposite. I've been a businessman for 30 years. He's been a career politician for 40 years. Every decision I've made, I've had to live with personally. Every decision he made, the taxpayers had to live with. Just totally two opposites. And I think it's just a major difference. The good thing about it is that people will see absolutely two distinct people, and they'll have two basic differences, big differences. Businessman versus a career politician.
So we know that Ohio went for the president. So here he is just about a year in. Do you feel as though Ohio is happy with the choice they made? Because if economy, I believe, was their number one issue, was your number one issue.
Well, look, the economy is changing. I think people in Ohio are happy to see what's going on. The tax cut, I was on the Ways and Means Committee. What we've been able to do for the people here back in Ohio, they're starting to see the changes. You see Walmart, you see some of these other businesses now giving bonuses. The economy is moving in the right direction. I think the people here in Ohio, and remember, the people in Ohio, the blue-collar union people, these are the ones that said, I want President Trump. That's where I started. I was a blue-collar union family kid who understands what it means to get up every day and work hard and not see your paycheck growing. I think this year they're going to see that the Trump agenda is doing a lot of good things for them.
I do know this, that Ohio was so strongly in the president's column. I think that Hillary Clinton basically gave up on it, even though the governor didn't even show up for his own convention. And Governor Kasich, it was in Ohio, and it was a lot of people still can't get their head around that. Congressman, you have an opportunity to ask the president to help you out. Sometimes you don't want the president there. Do you want the president by your side?
Well, I absolutely do want the president. Look, I'm a business guy. He's a business guy. We look at things different. We have to change the agenda. We have to make things different, but we also have to be able to work together. Brian, one of the things I'm proud of is I put together the first month in Congress, a bipartisan working group, breakfast. We have breakfast the first morning back every week, 15 members of the Democrat Party, 15 members of the Republican Party. I think a lot like the president, and I think in the end, this is how we're going to get things done.
President's comments yesterday bother you? He was frustrated. He lamented about the immigration program that was in front of him. Says, why are we taking so many people from these S-hole countries? What's your reaction to that?
Well, look, I've said all along, the president many times says what people are thinking. I learned as a business guy, you have to be careful what you say because people pick everything up. Believe me, I've learned when I've got a mic on, I got to watch what I say. That's a business guy going into a political career. It's difficult, and I know it's difficult for the president because in many times you want to say what you're thinking. But in the end, I know a lot of times he's saying what people are thinking. So, look, I always say judge the president after 4 years. Let's judge the president after what we've done. Let's not judge the president on what he says.
And, of course, we're going to judge you by 2018 because you want to be the next senator from Ohio. Congressman Jim Renacci, thanks so much for joining us. Best of luck with your run.
Thank you, Brian.
All right, President called, he responded.